Well, that's the first time that's happened to me in a while. I'm having to remake one because I had a technical difficulty. But here we go. So this is relate ratios and right triangles. So we're going to do question number one. I'm going to make a quick copy of it here so that we can go about, trying to figure out our answer. All right, so let's see. It says, which expressions are equivalent to the sine of angle K? Choose two answers. So K is up here. Now, we're going to refresh our memory again. We're just going to do this. We're going to keep doing this over and over and over again. Sine of an angle is the length of the opposite leg divided by the length of the hypotenuse. The cosine of an angle is the length of the adjacent leg divided by the hypotenuse. And the tangent is the length of the opposite leg divided by the length of the adjacent leg. So we want to know two things that are equivalent to the sine of angle K. So sine of angle K is opposite. Now they're really trying to mess with us here. Okay, so we're going to pay attention to it because look at these angles. I started to say this one because it's opposite, but it says opposite L, and that's not right. So I'm going to have to pay close attention. Well, first and foremost, it's opposite leg, which is clearly JL divided by KL. So before we go anywhere, it's definitely D. D is definitely one of our answers. Now, what's it also the same as? Well, let's see. Let's talk about the length of the side adjacent to K. That would be here over the hypotenuse. No, that would be cosine. So that one is definitely out. No, not that one. Length of the side opposite of L. Length of the side opposite of L is KJ, not JL, over KL. Nope, that one's definitely out. The cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So here's L. We want adjacent side, which would be JL, over hypotenuse, which should be KL. So there it is. It's both C and D. All right, question two. Yogi, zoom in a little bit. What's it say? Okay, so which expressions represent the length of the side MN, and we need to do two of them. Well, here we go. We're going to refresh our memory again. The sine of an angle is opposite leg, length of the opposite leg over hypotenuse. The cosine of the angle is the length of the adjacent leg over the hypotenuse. And the tangent of an angle is opposite divided by adjacent. Now, right off the bat, I would be wanting to use tangent here. It's got the two legs. So right off the bat, I'm wanting to say, now we want to know side MN. Oh, well, then we can't really use tangent. We want to know the hypotenuse. So we want to use one of these two. So we could say the sine of 25 would be the opposite leg divided by MN. Multiply both sides by MN. And then divide. 1.9 divided by the sine of 25. I don't see that there, so that one's not there. We could have done the cosine of 25. That would have been 4 over mn. And again, in the same manner, you're multiplying by mn and then dividing. You would have gotten mn equals 4 divided by the cosine of 25. Well, I don't have that one either. Well, this angle has to be 65 because they have to. Well, that was horrible. Let's erase that and try again. Okay. This angle right here has to be 65 because those two have to add up to 90. So we could have said the sine of 65 degrees equals 4 over mn. And again, through that solving process, we would have gotten this. Oh, there's one of them right there. And then we could have said the cosine of 65 equals 1.9 over mn, again, because it's the adjacent over the hypotenuse. And again, with the multiplying and dividing, we would get 1.9 divided by the cosine of 65, which is right here. So the answer is going to be C and D. All right. Oh, proofs. No one likes these things. All right, so we're looking for the mistake again. This is usually what we're doing here. We're trying to see where they made a mistake. Angle B is equal to theta. That is right. I don't have to look any further. Angle B is not equal to theta. Angle B is 90 minus theta, because these two have to add up to 90 degrees. So that didn't take us very long to find the error. They are complementary, not congruent. A is the correct answer. All right, one more time. The two answer choice thing again. So we're looking for two things here. Attention to the tangent. So here we go, one more time. Sine is opposite divided by hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent divided by hypotenuse. Tangent is opposite divided by adjacent. So the tangent of G is opposite. Tangent of G would be opposite, which would be IH or HI, I don't know how they want to write it, over hypotenuse. No, over opposite over adjacent. So it's opposite over adjacent. So there it is, right there. So first answer is right here. Now, what's the other one? Now the other one is really hard, and we'll just do it by elimination. The length of the side of the opposite of H, which would be GI, over length of this side adjacent to H, which would be IH. So literally, this is describing the reciprocal. It's upside down. So that one's not it. 1 over the sine. The sine of H, pardon me, the sine of H would be GI, opposite leg, over hypotenuse HG. And then 1 over means reciprocal. So 1 over the sine of H would be HG over GI. That doesn't equal what I'm looking for. That one's out. So that must mean this is the answer. And it is, because the tangent of H would be just like what we put for here. The tangent of H would be GI over HI. And then 1 over means reciprocal. So it would turn it into this. So our answers are B and D. Well, that was one of the harder homeworks we've had in a while. Always don't hesitate to ask questions.